Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we are going to discuss about the event that just occurred into the game, aka the VK9001P Lockbox event, and by the name of it, we already know what it's going to be about. I did a video several days ago talking about that event and how it was going to be implemented into the game. I didn't have the exact date, but it seems like Wargaming decided to drop it right now. And with it comes some special tanks and really cool one you want to have in your garage, aka the Scorpion G and the VK9001P. When it comes to the E75TS, it's still a good tank, but not as good as an Objective 52U or something like that you can get at tier 8. And on top of that, the KPF 70, nah, this one sucks. The principle is obviously pay to win. It's you being able to unlock a lockbox directly into a game, so after you win or lose, I don't necessarily know the exact details of the event. All I know is that when you're done playing a game and you come back to the post-result battles, you will have the possibility of unlocking a lockbox. But the problem is those lockbox requires lockbox keys that you can only acquire by paying. The cool thing about it is that you also have the possibility of getting those lockbox keys using gold, but is it really worth it? Not necessarily. But this event, even if it seems to be pay to win, can have some free-to-play aspects for people that gathered gold for a very long time. But if you do that, and if you rely on the ads button, it's around 50 golds per day, to be able to spend in the game, I would strongly advise you not to participate into this one, because as I told you, all the tanks from this event are going to come back in shop and possibly for gold at one point. That being said, out of all those tanks, which one are worth it? As I just told you, the Scorpion G is, in my opinion, the number one to get, and probably it's going to be the easiest event for you to get it right now, simply because if it only takes some parts of tanks for you to be able to get the tank, if you manage to get enough of them and stack them up to get 100 parts and therefore the whole tank, it means that yes, you could probably be lucky and only spend 3 or 4 euros to get it, but it would be only for 0.3, maybe 0.4% of cases, which implies that I strongly advise you to keep your goal for the time Wargaming finally will put the Scorpion G for gold again in the shop, because it already happened twice. Obviously, a third time will occur at one point. The E75TS, not so long ago, probably 8 months ago, was subject to a free-to-play event where Wargaming gave away that tank to everyone if we managed to get enough wins in 1 or 2 weeks, which implies that no, it's not the strongest tank. It's still quite a reliable target, but as Wargaming did a free-to-play event on it, it indicates us that it will come back in the shop for a very cheap price, so you would rather wait for Wargaming to implement that tank again in the shop for you to be able to buy it with gold, rather than spending too much money on this tank in this event. When it comes to the Kampfpanzer 70, let's say that the tank is not worth it simply because its mobility kind of sucks. It doesn't allow you to take advanced and aggressive positions. On top of that, the armor profile is quite light when it comes to fighting off tier 10 using gold shell or even tier 9 using gold shell, because most of them are equipped with tier 10 gun. And finally, let's say that the gun is horrific and it's not pleasant at all to play with this gun, because 14.8 seconds of reload for around 530 alpha damage for something that will, I don't know, taking ages to reload is not something that I find exciting, but if you're into it, maybe this tank is for you, who knows. And finally, the GOAT of this pack, aka the VK91P. This is the first time it comes back to an event after that it was available 2 years ago during the Blitz Fair, so the Christmas event. And the thing is, when it comes to the VK, let's say that it's quite a good tank. Let's be fair. It's probably the best German heavy tank at the moment available into the game. And yes, it does the job if you like really heavy and armored tanks that don't feature any mobility. I know that it's not necessarily my playstyle, because I'm kind of worried about tanks that don't go fast, but I gotta remark that this tank is insanely good at bouncing shots, but also at dealing damage, because with the huge alpha damage of 460, it can be a good tank to brawl with if you're just upset about your teammates that don't know what they're doing, and you're gonna have a lot of unexpected bounces because the cupola on this tank is not a weak spot. It has more than 300mm thickness, which should indicate you that this tank is not something you want to joke around with. That being said, talking back about the event, as you will see, if we click on the feed and the VK9001P event, you are going to see that the drop chance is 3%, which is a nice gesture from Wargaming, because the last time we had an event like that with Logbox, it was for the Chieftain MK6, and it was only 1% chances of getting the tank directly into crates, which means that Wargaming is listening to the player base when we tell them that we want to have more free-to-play events, even if it's still not free-to-play, and it's kind of messed up that they're still milking us. But hey, that's the way it is. It's wargaming. We're not surprised anymore about what they're doing. So props for them to doing that 3% increases or 3% upgrade on the loot box rate. To finish off that video on something positive, the update should drop this Wednesday, and that's why Wargaming is teasing us right now with the Ghost Factory, the brand new map. And if you click into the event section of the game, you're gonna see that they released a video on this map, which is quite educative if you want to learn how to place yourself the first time you are gonna be falling on this map. Here you have some pictures of it as well, which is always nice to take a look at it. I feel like they really improved on the maps. They are making them bigger, and on top of that, they are making them with higher definition graphics, which makes it exciting, let's be honest. So that's it, guys. That's it all for today. I just wanted you to be aware that an event was running in. If you were not gonna logged in, now it might be your chance, if you are willing to spend some money, of course, because as always, it's wargaming and free-to-play events are rarer and rarer by the day. Hopefully you enjoyed. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share, and I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.